Hello everyone and welcome to Jonny Builds. I am your host, of course, Jonny, and it is time to begin, actually not begin, to continue where we left off from Saturday, which is going on to bag 2. We got bag 1 finished, as you can see. This is what we ended up with, and now we are going to get ready to go on to bag 2. So let me get the, well, bags 2, because there are multiple of each one. Let me get them out. Start putting them up on the cart. I know for sure we're going to need those tire hub parts, because we saw them in the last instructions. And there should be, let's see, there's 3. There might only be 2 for this one. Checking to see. That one's 4, that one's 3, another 3. And another 4. So it looks like 2. It's going to be a pretty short build today. So that's alright. So we only got the 2. 1 big bag, 1 smaller bag, and then we've got the 4 little things, the 4 hubs. So get the bags open. Oh, sorry. I gotta start off my timer. Forgot about that. And this is going to be resuming from where we left off last time. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. There it goes. And all right. Pretending that I didn't open it yet. All right. Gave it a few seconds. Again, I'm not doing a speed build. I am just keeping track of how long it does take to do this. So, put those right there. There are a couple smaller bags inside. Remove the bigger bag off. We'll put the smaller things over here. A couple of our extra pieces from bag 1. We should be good to go. Make sure there's no pieces left over inside. So it looks like this past time we got done the fenders, so to speak, of the AT-AT, and just the very upper part of the torso. Now I think we will be getting to a little bit more interesting stuff, more towards the legs. The upper parts of the legs, at least. Which will start making the model a little bit more interesting. There won't be a lot of outside filler yet. Simply because you don't do that towards the end on the way these models work. I'm just going to lay these out right here because they will be used shortly. Alright, so back to the official instruction book, where we left off. Whoop, a little too far. Should have a bookmark, but silly me, did not. And now we are on number 2. Alright. Now I just realized this just by the picture. These are slightly different. 2 different styles that they have here, so don't want to confuse those. Alright, so here we go. Onwards and upwards as always. Well, in this case, we're starting kind of in the middle and I'm working our way down, then upwards, so it's a little bit of both. Alright, so I got to do 4 of these, so I'm going to do them all at once. That means I need all of these 2x4 flat whites. See, and these are all going to fit on the inside, so I guess we are doing a little bit of filler here that is going to make it look a little bit nicer. Let's see how we do. 1, 2, 3, and whoop, Well, I forgot one of them. Guess I miscounted that. Alright, so now we gotta put these on the model. Oh, look at that. Those fit perfectly, as Lego tends to do. They're gonna fit very nicely on there. A little bit of a tight fit to get that in there, but it does work. Nice that I have a little bit of a grip here, so I can pull those in. Alright. Alright, now we're going to start getting to the upper joints here. It looks like the 4 parts around here that where the top of the legs go. So I am going to get that. And I'm guessing, we're going to do this 4 times also. So I am actually going to sneak slightly ahead. Let's see. Nope, looks like we're only doing 1 at a time. So they must all be slightly different. That's the only reason why Lego does it that way, is they specifically have to go in a specific spot, and only the way they make it is what will work. Hi everyone who's watching. Hope you got some, oh, I don't know. Let's see. What would be, well, one of my favorite candies is Sour Patch Kids, but everyone likes their own thing, so hopefully you have some candy or ice cream or something, and you can just chill out a little bit and watch. Alright, that's how that's looking so far. And we got a little funny piece here. It's kind of interesting. This seems very loose, and typically Lego very much is concerned about keeping things together. Oh, we're gonna have this flipped over. And this one looks like it goes on the inside here first. So the question is, to what point does it go? Does it go all the way down? Oh, apparently it just won't fit right on. Not much to it. And unfortunately, it feels very loose. I know some things you just can't do anything about, but yeah, that's just me. Alright, on to the second part, or second side, I guess you could say. Once I find the little quarter piece, there we go. If I sniff a little bit, I apologize. I had dinner right before starting the stream, and it was some hot soup. It was very tasty, but I made my nose run a little bit, so pardon me if you hear any sniffing. All right, and we need that other green. And this is going to go on the other back side, right there. Alright. I forgot the gray piece. Ooh, this is unexpected. I was thinking that we were going to do more of the sides, but it looks like we're actually going to be doing the fill-in part for the bottom, which is really cool. Because now we'll actually just get to see how the model itself is coming together and how the bottom is going to look between the legs and everything, which is really cool. So, again, part of my sniffs. Alright, so we're going to start with this. 2 blue pieces. very simple. That's how it looks so far. Now, really, really, really long. I've not really seen. You don't really see many that are this long. Really long, dark piece. Now some smooth parts. The shape of some of these Legos has actually changed over the years, and I can recognize it as I've seen things. The underside, especially for some of these, is a good bit different than how they were originally created to be, and it's kind of funny to see it, and it makes me wonder what facilitated such a change, like why they felt they needed to do that. All right, so good. And these are a unique piece that I've seen creeping up in sets. They are these type that are double single holes. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they have been showing up on sets more and more, and they're fairly useful. But what I'm used to is these kind of things where they're just single. It's just a single nub that's right in the middle on a two-piece. These ones are three. These are two on a three. So they've kind of expanded what they do. All right. So moving on. So this is kind of interesting, seeing how the layout goes for this middle part. And especially the stuff that you really don't see. I mean, this is kind of infrastructure that is there to help support what we're putting together. Alright, flip it over, and we're putting on another 2x6. Rocco, when you watch this, remember when I'm telling you, this is a 1x2. It's a flat. Alright. Oops. Slid all the way down. And I know these pieces that I'm putting on right here are like the little hinges and stuff. They allow the pieces that are going to go on top to be angular, like the model actually is. The color-coded stuff is kind of neat too, just because it makes it so that you can see what's coming out. And this is why the 2-on-3 is useful, because they have it offset just a little bit, and apparently it matters a great deal, otherwise they wouldn't do it that way. Alright, put that down for a sec, and get that. Alright, now I'm looking for one. It looks like there's only one piece left like this, and there, I found it. And a couple dark gray pieces that there aren't many of. There we go. Alright. This is a weirdly... Oh, I know what this is. So, as I was talking about in the first one and in the unboxing, they have the little panel that slides out of the way, or it's supposed to be destroyed, but it moves out of the way whenever Luke uses his lightsaber in order to take down the walker that he grapples onto. And this is exactly what we are putting together right here. Alright, so that's the little hole. Bring it down. That's the little hole. It goes on right here. So however this goes, I'm guessing it's going to go this way. Something like that. And so that little edge is where it's probably going to have a little covering that can be folded up. Yep, I was right. Here it is. Only I had it backwards. I had it upside down. It goes the opposite way. Has this one long piece that will grip onto it. Now I just got to find the piece that it locks onto, and that is not very easy to find. Is it a dark? It's a dark gray. I'm looking for a black, and it's a dark gray. It's going to be the only one, too. Oh, there it is. Found it. Alright, so this is our little hatch. So Luke will grapple up to the side and boop, open up and throw the thermal detonator in, and down goes the AT-AT. I am not going to recreate that because that is just silly. And besides, once I get this thing created, I am not going to want to have it destroyed by a thermal detonator or falling or anything like that. Alright, looking good. Okay, got some unique little pieces here. Very, very small pieces. That actually, once you put them on, they're hard to rotate. And there we go. I kind of want them to be straight. Really, 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 whoops. Really, really, really little pieces. That one goes there. Another one goes on the other side. See if I can get it straight on. There we go, perfect. Straight on first try on the second one. So those are right there. I got a couple other little pieces. That one there. And a strange little hump. There we go. On the last set I just did the Darth Vader mask, Darth Vader helmet that you see right there. One of these is actually the nose. Obviously it's black, but it's this little piece right there. So it's that same piece. Alright, and now we're getting things a little bit more interesting as we're starting to build up this part. This goes right here in the middle. I have never seen a little disc like that before, but I recognize where this little thing is on one of the AT-ATs. Alright, and then this looks like it goes right there. Yep, right on the edge. Now we're going to get into some of the more interesting pieces. So we're going to leave that sit right there. We're going to move on to the next parts. A lot of smooth pieces here, because these are going right in the middle, and it's like the completed parts on the underside of the AT-AT. And let's see, one of these little humps, and 2x3 flat yellow. And 2 more of those that go on the other side. I really do like seeing how these come together. They're pretty neat. And the creativity as to what equals what is really, really cool. Alright, little piece that we're doing here. Another bunch of smooth pieces. And looks like a little bow tie. Yep, definitely looks like a little bow tie. So, I mean, Vader could wear it, a little bow tie. Oh, that fits in perfectly. Look at that. So it goes right like that. That is cool. Alright, flipping it upside down and adding in 4 of these blue 90-degree angle thingies. I do not know what they are called. Hi Jerry, how you doing? Glad you could make it. I'm just building away. Alright. Doesn't look like much yet, but it's going to look like a lot more whenever it gets done. Oops, I was putting that on the wrong way. Aw, and I didn't put it on. There we go. And 2 angled pieces. Alright, well, this looks interesting. Okay, 2, I see 2 of these hinge pieces. I'm doing good. Just enjoying myself and being relaxed, not trying to rush anything, just enjoying building my Lego. I might you might not have seen it, Jerry, but there's a little AT-AT preview that I do before the stream actually starts. I might do it again at the end whenever I'm all done. Or you can always just rewatch the video, it's up to you. Alright, so we got a bunch of these, lots of hinges. They're getting put together, 4 of them. The little pieces. And flip it over, and it's going to go oh, I did miss one part. Silly me. I have to put these on first. I missed that in the previous step. I was going to say, where are they gonna connect to? Hi, you are. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that is. There's actually a Grogu that I have. Hasn't been put together, but yeah, that's Yoda. He's kind of funny because his head, like you can actually pull his head out, but don't want to do that. And oh, dropped it. All right, new pieces snap in sometimes very tightly. And that's not fitting quite right. What did I do wrong? It's the way it's supposed to go, so it says. Yeah, that Christmas tree is going to be interesting. Ah, of course. I forgot one more piece. There we go. Now it fits correctly, like it's supposed to. No, his head is staying there. But it can, there's like a little, in the back, there's a pull tab type thing. It's a Lego, obviously. And you pull it out, and then the whole head can come off. And he was interesting because you can't see how it's going together as you're putting like the individual pieces together. And then when he's like the arms are put on and everything, then it makes sense. Now, I did read one of the websites had done a preview of this build. And, oops, yeah, this way. And one of the things they said was the bottom, which is what I'm working on right now, was a little bit flimsy. And I can see why they say that. Like, the pieces are not on there the best they could be. Alright, two of these little things. And those two. Okay, so we got the two hinges here. We're going to go on the two hinges here. Oh, look at that. Snapped right on. There we go. And it's the reason why the hinges too is because there's if you look, it's a little bit of an angle. It's not flat. It goes up just a little bit. But that looks cool. That's going to be part of the underside that goes, I'm guessing this way, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, I'm going to put that aside. Jerry's having trouble with a Christmas tree. That is sad. Mind you, it's not a real Christmas tree. It is a Ark Christmas tree. And once you make your Christmas tree, just make sure none of your creatures get into it. That would probably be bad. Make all the ornaments fall off. Or don't let anyone with C4 blow it up either. Okay. So, all right. More smooth pieces coming together. It's going to be a thatch Christmas tree. Oh, I get to make another bow tie. Woohoo! Of course, got to find the right pieces for it. Three, and there's one more. There it is. It was kind of hiding. See? Here we go. Bow tie number 2. That's Vader's bow tie. It goes right on there. Alright. And again, fits together nicely. Just perfect. Alright, flipping it over. Gotta pay attention and make sure I don't forget to add anything where it tells me to. Remember, I said in the first one, end up going too fast sometimes and I miss a piece or two. Not good. Not what I want to do. Okay. What are these called again? You are the little studs, the ones that are not grooved. Do you remember what they were called? Because I certainly do not. Alright, and there we go. Those two. I gotta make sure. Whoops, that could have been disastrous. Bunch of more hinges. Two for the sides. And then two for the back here. And well, that's interesting looking. Alright, this is a 2 times. These are exactly the same. And 2 more little slight slant pieces. Those ones actually feel like they stay on better. There we go. Oops. Alright. There we go. Looking good. And we have this piece. Goes on the front. Closes that up. And then we got these 2 more little wheel things for, there we go. And now this clips on those, clip on to these. Now this one's heavier. Now, of course, they're going to be hanging down anyway because they'll be upside down. So Now I get to put this on top of the whole model. So let's see if I can do this without breaking it. Yeah, I don't think I have it in the right spot. Nope, it's not. Feels like it's in the right spot, but yeah, it's a little bit loose. So I'm gonna pick it up and see what I need to do. I have to shift it a little bit. It's a Technic connector, that's right. Okay, so is that on there? Yep. So there we go. There's the underside getting done. Definitely looks like it. Alright. Just making sure again. And then of course, like I said, this is the little hatch so that when Luke uses his lightsaber, that's where he throws the thermal detonator in. Yeah, it feels like it's not, yeah, not quite sitting on there right. Take that off for a second. Oh, snap that off. I'm not missing stuff. It's very and they are correct. What they said about this bottom part is it is very flimsy. You definitely don't play with this part. But yeah, it's quite flimsy. It doesn't stay on there as well as you would like. Looks like it feels like it's on there now. Alright. Oh, a couple more smooth parts it looks like on the next page. So let's go with this. This is another 2X. Don't make fun of me. You aren't doing this. Looks like we've been doing this for a little bit under 40 minutes. What's our timer say? Well, I don't see the general. I see the total. Actually, that probably would have been smarter. That way we could see how long each individual build takes and then just add it together. Alright. So there we go. 2 flat pieces. And these are going to go on to this part here. Those are in. Interesting how those go. First ones that I've seen that I'm sliding them in sideways. Here, I'm going to turn this around. It goes in these things here. Right like that. And I did that backwards. Silly me. There we go. Alright, now for the other side, very similar, just bigger and better. Just a little bit longer than what I just did. And the 2 hinges, whoops. these go on the back as well. These ones are just a little bit longer than the ones I just did. And similar thing, they're going to go on these grips that are going to slide in. There we go. There we go. So a couple smooth parts were added. Now I'm going to do, okay. So did these, oops, did these two. First part, now we're going to do the back two, back here. Towards the end here. And these ones look like they're full, as opposed to 3/4 like we did with the first ones. Oh, we gotta flip it over and put a little, secure it on there, and then we're gonna put this right here, it looks like. Just gonna get it fitted to the right spot. There we go. Alright, got that. Getting down to being almost done with all these pieces. A lot of them were smaller for this middle section, this little middle lower section, but that's what you do with Legos. And where is that last silver gray piece? There it is. And this one's gonna go, make sure that's facing the right way. There we go. Perfect. All right. Up, now we're doing these big things. These go right down the middle, kinda. So, got some shafts. Up, here's one of the blue 3 long pieces. I do love the Technic elements because of the way they can go together. Up, here's one of those pieces only it's a 3 long. It's got 2 parts that are smooth and then grooved at the very top. So 2 of the 3 are smooth, and then the last part is the grooved part. And this is a long shaft. Okay, so the first one, I have to make sure I do the right one. They want this one, and it goes on this way. And it looks like it locks in, and then now we do the other one, this one, and it goes in as well. Oops. Alright, we're going to do 2 of those, so we'll do the other one. And we're almost done with this part of the build. This is bags 2, since there are multiples. Hi everybody that's watching. I'm getting down to the wire on this particular set of bags. Looks like we've taken about 45 minutes to do this. Okay, gotta make sure we do the correct one. Again, this one. I think so. Yep. Just gotta make sure. You do the wrong one, it's gonna look funny. Don't want the butt to look weird. And then the other one goes on top. Whoops. Alright. That looks good. Alright, one on each side. So, how do those go on? I'm guessing. They should be, oh, I see. There's a guide. So the way they have it is, there's an opening here, and then on this is going to be where the other two go in. Because if you look, there's 3 here. Blue one, and then the 2 reds. So, let's make sure it fits right. And of course, being brand new pieces, they are harder to insert. And they are definitely giving me a little bit of a... There we go. Alright, so that looks good. See? Right size, right space. This one, same thing. Here's what I don't want to do is mess up that middle part because it is kind of fluky. Yes, fluky is a technical term. No, come on. Almost. There we go. Alright, so there we go. So we got both parts on, both of these. So this has all been underside stuff, which is kind of funny. And it looks like we're going to cap the ends. 2x. Because you can't have any openings. I mean, you don't want to have your thermal exhaust ports wide open so you can put a thermal detonator down, or a proton torpedo down into it. Well, that's just bad planning, isn't it? That's what happens whenever you don't pay the engineers what they deserve. They make shortcuts. And then, well, rebels blow up your stuff. Alright, those look good, nice and simple. And they are going to go directly on the ends and fit in. Oh, there we go. And the last one here. And there we go, there's the ends. It looks like we might be done. We are. Alright, this is it for today. You can see in part 3, this down here, this is the tool. This is the thing that allows the legs to move and bend, well, whenever you want them to. Since the legs don't do it on their own, they don't move it on their own. You can't move them. You have to use the tool in order to spin the spiral bearing, the spiral gear, so that they will move. So it looks like 3 is going to be, oops, 3 is going to be first 2 legs, and of course the tool, so we can start operating it. So, but this underside already looks really cool. I mean, I can recognize how the underside has looked in the past, and in fact, I don't know if you'll see it in the video, but I'm going to play the video again that has all the AT-ATs in it. and we'll see if we can see the underside. But that's how it looks. Nice and nice and detailed. I like how they put that together, even though again some of these pieces kind of felt loose. Yeah. So, but other than that, it came together really nicely. Minimal effort for some things, except for me missing or not paying attention to one thing. And yeah, that's it. So that's it for tonight. Next week, even though Tuesday is what I'm aiming for to be my regularly scheduled build time at 8 o'clock Eastern, next week I've got a previous engagement, so it will be actually Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And we'll continue on with bag 3, and we'll go from there. So thank everyone for watching, and hope you enjoyed yourself, and come back next week, and we'll see you then. Have a good night. I'm going to play that AT-AT video now. Have a good one.